So that seems to work nice. Let's go back. It says let's return to example number 1. This was Laura again, right? So she starts at 8 a.m. So she starts at 8 a.m. And then goes, and then we can say, okay, there's noon, there's 12 noon. And then 3:30. So so let's think about our steps that we had. Our first step was convert that first number, the time, into decimal. So the first time was just 8 a.m. Well, we really don't have to convert it at all. It's just 8, right? And then we said, let's figure out how many hours that they worked in the morning. So the morning hours, that would be 12 minus 8, which is 4. So how many morning hours? 4 morning hours. Okay, for the afternoon, it's a little bit, so from here to here was 4 hours. 12 minus 8. From here to here, really the only thing we have to do is say, what is 3 minutes and 3 hours and 30 minutes? What is that in decimal? So that 30 is half of an hour, so it's 3.5. So it's 3.5 afternoon hours, so I'm going to say plus 3.5. 4 plus 3.5 is 7.5 hours. Okay, so then how much does Laura earn? I guess we should do that last little part. So if she makes $14.50 every hour, and she's working 7.5 hours, I'm going to just multiply that out. Or remember, we could set up the proportion. We could say $14.50 for 1 hour is equal to how much money in 7.5 hours. And you see from our cross multiplying idea, we're going to multiply 1450 times 7.5. Which I think I need to get my calculator to figure that one out, because I don't think I can do that in my head. Times 7.5. Okay, so I get $108.75. That's a good day for Laura. Okay. Example number 2, it says, see if you can do this one on your own. I'm still going to do this one with you, so if you want to, you can pause and try it out, but I'll do this one. Start date is start time is 8:45. Okay, so to figure out the morning hours, I have to take that 8:45 and change it into decimal form. Well, 45, where was that one in our chart? We had a chart, didn't we? 45 is 3/4 of an hour. 45 minutes, 3/4 of an hour, so we're going to change that to 0.75. So in other words, this will look like 8.75. Thinking ahead, I'm going to have to change that to a decimal too. 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour, so quarter as a decimal is 4.25. Okay, so the morning hours is 12 minus 8.75 equals 12 minus 8.75. Here I'm using my calculator again. I get 3.25 hours. The afternoon hours is just that 4.25. So my total number of hours is 7.5 hours. Cool. Let's see about example number 3. Manjeet made $229.50 in gross earning last week. If he earns $13.50 every hour, how many hours did he work? So this is kind of a question like the previous lesson. So the way I would set that up would be say, okay, he earns $13.50 in 1 hour. So if he worked $229.50, if he earned that amount, how many hours did he work? So when I think about my cross multiplying, I'm going to multiply the two numbers that are crossing each other. So I'm going to multiply the 1 times the 22950. So I'll do that part. I'll say 229.50 times 1. And then I'm going to divide by the number across from the x. So I'm trying to do a highlighter here. Let's do a highlighter in green. So this one, divide by the one that's across from x. So then I'll say divide by 1350. So what do I get from that? So 229.5 times 1. When you multiply times 1, the number stays the same. So I could just type 229.5 and then divide by 13.5. So I get 17. Nice, even, exactly 17. 17 what? I should include my units. Is it $17 or 17 hours? How many hours did they work? So it must be hours. And it's also, I know it's hours because it's in the bottom of that fraction. And I'll put a box around my answer so my teacher can find it. Okay, example number 4 says, how many hours did Hayrin work? Okay, so this is set up like a time card kind of idea. So here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take each one of these values and change it to a decimal. So 7:45, 45 is 3/4 of an hour, so it's 7.75. 9 is just 9. 5 is just 5, and then this will be 7.75 again. Okay, so how many morning hours? So to figure out how many hours in the morning, I'm going to say, well, when they ended, I'll say 9 minus 7.75. So the morning hours, when I put that in my calculator, I get 1.25 hours. In the afternoon, so I take the second number minus the first one, so I go 7. Oh, I made a little mistake. I made this 7 with a colon, but I want it just to be like a decimal. 7.75. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 7.75 minus 5, so I get 2.75. So on the left is the number of hours in the morning, 1.25, and on the right is the number of hours in the afternoon. I'm going to add these together, so I'm going to say plus. So actually, if I want to show this nice mathematically, I could go like that. That's kind of nice. So what is 1.25 plus 2.75? I believe it is 4. So 4 hours. All right, that's pretty cool. Okay, so those are your 4 examples. And here's your worksheet. So number 1 is convert the time in hours to time in hours and minutes to hours with decimals, and I did an example. And then start time, end time, just to figure that out, and those would all, I think, be pretty well morning there. D is a little bit interesting one. And then, yeah, I think you'll be good with these. So try to do these questions first and then go and try the mastery check. And if you have any questions, just contact me and I'll be happy to help.